In preparation for your upcoming oral argument, it's important to consider what method of organization will allow you to quickly recall information. While many methods are available, the folder method provides a simple, effective, and discreet tool for you to use while on your feet during your argument. The information you will include in your folder establishes the foundation for your argument from start to finish. In terms of materials, you will need a blank manila folder, a writing utensil, some tape, and index cards in your choice of size. Avoid neon-colored cards, though. Those might be distracting and difficult to read quickly. On the front cover of the folder, you will include the information you need to begin your argument. Don't forget, you must open with, "May it please the court." For those of you with nervous tendencies, writing this at the top of your folder might be helpful. The front cover should also contain your name, the party you're representing, a brief intro sentence with some procedural standards, and a roadmap laying out the issues that you'll be presenting. Your roadmap is critical. You need to give the judges a summary of the arguments you will be making. It is important to do so quickly, but in enough detail to indicate your position. More than likely, you will not make it all the way through your arguments, or may be asked to discuss your issues in a different order than you have prepared. The roadmap allows you to present each issue up front, even if you aren't able to discuss it at length. Once you have completed your roadmap, open your folder. The inside left side will be dedicated to an outline of your argument. Using your index cards, you will flesh out your roadmap. Designate an index card, or series of cards, for each of your issues. Be sure to make each card with a header or number that is visible and easy for you to reference quickly. On each card, include the main points of your argument for that issue. Attach your index cards to the folder using clear tape along the top side of each card. This allows you to discreetly flip back and forth between your issues. Because they attach directly to the folder, the cards will remain organized as you utilize them. As you transfer your argument onto your index cards, consider the common threads between each issue. Brainstorm some transitions between your issues, and not just in the order you plan on discussing each issue. Drawing multiple points of connection between your topics not only allows you to discuss your issues in a different order, it allows you to quickly jump back into your argument after responding to a judge's question. Now that you have created an easily accessible outline, turn your attention to the right side of your folder. This area will be dedicated to organizing your authority. It's important to be familiar with the authority you cite in your own argument. Repeat the same process with your index cards. Useful information might include case names, quick summaries of the case to jog your memory, similarities or differences between the facts, points of law, case holdings, and maybe some statutes if those help at all. In addition to your authority, you will need to be able to quickly recall the authority on which your opponent relies. Prepare those index cards accordingly. Including pluses and minuses will also help you remember which cases might help you and which cases might hurt you. Now you have prepared the materials that support the meat of your argument. Turning now to the back cover of your folder, the final step will be preparing your conclusion. Your conclusion will be your last opportunity to make an impression. Ideally, your conclusion should summarize the main points and reasoning of your argument and ask the judges to find in your favor. Given time constraints, however, it is more than likely that you will not be able to deliver your full conclusion. For this reason, it is necessary to prepare two separate conclusions. The first should be your complete conclusion. The second should be a short version of your original conclusion. In this short version, be sure to communicate what you are asking the judges to find and very briefly identify why. One more thing. Make sure you leave some blank space for any notes you might jot down during your opponent's argument. Remember, it's important to thank the judges at the very end of your argument before returning to your seat. Again, if you're nervous, it might be helpful to include this instruction on your folder as well. Now you have completed your folder. And the days prior to your argument, be sure to practice using your folder. Your goal is to become familiar with the layout of your information. The more readily you can access each component, the more naturally you will be able to move through your argument. And now, some last-minute tips featuring UMKC's very own legal cartoon, Legal Sneeze. On the day of your argument, don't forget to eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day, after all. Know your enemy. Don't neglect to read your opponent's brief. The better you know their arguments, the more confident you're going to be out there. Dress nicely. Ladies, if you tend to get nervous, it's best to stick with lower heels so that you won't fall over. To both ladies and gents, look groomed and respectable. Speaking of getting nervous, don't lock your knees. Hey, breathe for pity's sake. Answer your judges' questions. Remember, they're not big scary monsters out to get you, although it might feel like it when they go after the weaknesses of your argument. Also remember, everybody's in the same boat on this one, and your judges have been in your shoes before. You're not being graded on this argument. Just show up and try. You can pass and vomit. The point is that you gave your best effort. The feedback you receive will be for you to learn from and assess your strengths and weaknesses. Once the argument's done, congratulate yourself for getting through your 1L oral argument, and for all of intro for that matter. If it didn't go as well as you hoped, don't dwell on it, just take the feedback and learn from it. Finally, don't forget to celebrate, but do so responsibly. Good luck, everybody!